When you talk about innovation and you bring it in the context of emerging markets, I think there is another dimension that you need to really look at, and that one is about frugality. But this one that I've actually used here is from P&G, and where the CEO back in 2009 or 10 said, look, I want to add a billion new consumers to my brands. And then, so consumers continue to shop in these, at these outlets. You call it high-frequency store or mom-and-pop stores. That's where people are. Which means if you have to reach a billion new consumers, you really need to be looking at servicing, potentially anywhere from 1 million to 2 million new outlets. Which means you need to appoint, new distributors. It could be anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 or 3,000 new distributors. In a market like Rwanda, we actually ran into a situation where these distributors and sub-distributors were operating in very remote areas where there was no power, there was no electricity. So how do you get them to share the data with you? And the question is, are you really getting the value for that money? Are these distributors buying product when they're on promotion and then hoarding it and then selling it when the promotion is off? Today, with independent instances that I have there, if business comes back and says, look, I want to make a small process change, it's a nightmare from an IT perspective to go back and make the change in the software and deploy it 100 times or 1,000 times depending on the number of instances they have. So the question was, do we have technology today that will enable us to reach those outlets today? And the answer is yes. Companies are making huge investments in making sure that the product is delivered to the consumer in the right condition. So we have always talked about brain drain, etc., from some of these markets into the developed markets. It's time that we also looked at how some of these technologies that have been built where the resources were limited, does it merit a consideration in the developed markets? Maybe that's something for you to think.